Leo, this month brings a truth that changes how you see everything. Emotional renewal follows clarity, but something has to fall away first. Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to your February monthly general intuitive tarot reading. If you're new here, this is Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being here again. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you never miss your spiritual guidance. What looks like disruption is actually what opens the door to real joy and fulfillment. I know you're dying to hear more, so let's get into it. Hey there, Leo. I have already asked for blessings for your reading, so I just thought we should jump straight into it. And I am going to pull out all the cards first, and then we'll connect to your messages. All right, so let's get to it. All right, Leo, let's get into it. You have some very interesting cards here on the table. And something very interesting is going on here because you have that tower. So let's just sort of walk through what you have here. You have the King of Coins, which is the King of Pentacles. Okay, in this deck it's called Coins, but it's King of Pentacles. This is clarified by 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and 10 of Wands. Interesting, there's a lot of pentacles going on there. Lots going on in the material world. Okay, then we have the Ace of Swords. This is clarified by the Sun, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. So interesting, we have Queen and King of Pentacles on the table here. Then we have the Ace of Cups. This is clarified by the King of Pentacles, so you have it twice. Okay, the Ace of Cups, which is clarifying the Ace of Cups, so you have that twice, and the Six of Swords. And then you have the Nine of Cups, clarified by the Four of Cups, the Star card, and the Ace of Swords, so you have that twice. So there's 3 cards on this table, this one, and this one on the table twice. So it's a very, very interesting energy here. Now, let's get here. Let's start right here. Tower, my friends, okay? What I want to start by saying, Leo, is February is your reset month. And you know, resets are good because you have a lot of good energy on this table, but I just feel like it's not an easy reset, okay? It's not a gentle reset, okay? Because you do have the Tower. And what does the Tower do? The Tower is usually not so visual in this card, but in other decks, the Tower is like, it's cracked, it's falling off, a huge piece of it is crumbling. It's usually quite harsh in terms of its visuals, right? So the Tower, it clears away old things. It gets rid of false things. It gets rid of outdated things. It means the breaking down of things that are no longer aligned for us. Okay, especially for the us that we are trying to become. And you are definitely trying to become something new here because you have these amazing cards too. which are replicated on this table. Ace of Cups twice, Ace of Swords twice, something very new. That's what you're trying to become or trying to get to, something new. So you have to clear away the old in this whole month in order to get to that new, all right? Now, yeah, so this is a distraction of sorts, okay? But when people think of the word destruction, or they hear that word, they think of it in a negative way. And what I want to say for you, this is not a negative destruction. This is more like a liberation, okay? So this is why I say it's a reset, but it's not a gentle reset, all right? Now, I mean, obviously the Tower represents change, but in, of course, the most radical way, right? And it's like it's a big change. It's a momentous change here, right? That's part of that not being gentle. So, as I said, sometimes it's a bit of a scary image, but basically, it's not like it's a frightening tower. It's not like it's a frightening change, all right? Now, change is a part of life, right? It's a normal part of life. And we all have to embrace change. We might not like it. Some of us handle it better than others, okay? But it's definitely something we need to embrace. So sometimes we have to, sometimes we have to abandon the truths that we've known or that we've clung to for long time, or for what we're sort of used to, okay? Prior to all of what this month is representing for you, you probably have had a lot of truths, beliefs, what have you, that you cling to or that you follow or whatever. And I get the feeling that this is the time that maybe the truth is revealed for you, okay? So what you believed, you might go, that's interesting. You might start to question it now, okay? Because I feel like something is revealed. Some kind of truth is revealed as a result of this Tower. Yeah, I'm going to say for some of you, it won't be for all of you, but those old ways are, for some of you, you're going to realize, the truth you're going to realize is that the old ways are no longer useful. And you're going to have to find another, set of beliefs, okay? Or values, another way of doing things, another set of processes for some of you to replace that which you just had, okay? So take this how it resonates, because there's lots of ways in which this can, be taken into context for people's situations and various lives. So really, at the crux of it, like, you're just being asked to kind of shed things. It might be shedding roles, it might be shedding relationships, it might be shedding expectations, it may be shedding, physical jobs and whatever, okay? But this shedding is going to allow the real you to emerge, especially in financial. And I say that because you have a number of pentacles on this table. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentacles on this table, okay? So there's, especially in financially, that could be something there. It could be a little bit socially for some of you, just because of, again, certain things I say on the table, but I would also say emotionally for some of you, because you do have also 3 cups on this table as well, all right? So it could manifest itself in any of those areas, right? And it could be multiple areas for you, for certain people. All right, so let's just get right into this King of Pentacles. Big energy here for you, by the way, Leo. Big energy and big messages. All right, so let's get into the King of Cups, clarified by the 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. So you're basically starting with this King of Pentacles. This is about grounding yourself before the change unfolds, okay? And for some of you, you're going to be assessing, or you're going to be reassessing your sense of self-worth, okay, with that King of Coins. But you're also going to be assessing your worth at the financial level, okay, for some of you, right? King of Coins is a successful person. So successful in the material world. So it might be a material assessment or reassessment that you're doing it. But it could also be a self-worth in the sense that the King of Pentacles is a very successful person. So you are starting to assess your understanding or your definition of self-success, or success that is for you. And that is because you have this Ten of Pentacles as the clarifier. Ten of Pentacles is saying, this is my long term. This is what I want to leave in this lifetime. This is how I want to be remembered. This is how I want my end of my life to look at. Okay? So that is part of the self-assessment or the reassessment that you are doing in material or otherwise, is really looking for the long haul and saying, how do I want my legacy, what do I want my legacy to really look like, okay? And you're looking for stability, okay, which as part of this assessment or the self-assessment. Why? Because you have this Two of Pentacles, and it's hard to be stable with the Two of Pentacles, because if you can see here, this image is a character who's like, there's waves here, right? He's supposed to be on the water, there's ships, so it's rough, and he's juggling these pentacles, all right? And he's standing on one foot. So maybe it's not, you haven't been stable, or there's some instability, and so this is why you're assessing or reassessing things, okay? Now, let's take a look at that and say, maybe some questions you're asking yourself is, is that money related? Okay, and it could be. Do we mean money here? Could be, right? Does that mean property? Is it property related? Could potentially be. Okay, everybody's situation is different. Again, going back to that King of Pentacles being in the material world. Basically, in a nutshell, something feels like it's a bit of a long haul for you, okay? Because of that Ten of Wands. You're feeling like, you got a lot of wands carrying there. You might not know where you're going, because this character really can't see the forest for the trees, because he's got all these wands in his face. But there's definitely some thinking going on here for you, and you're saying to yourself, this is kind of like a powerful reminder for some of you that what you value really doesn't come from somebody's approval, all right? So it comes from really consistency, and it's going to come from integrity, all right? So you're assessing all of that. This is what's really going on with this Tower here, and the Tower is exposing it for you, all right? Sometimes the Tower does also expose, and the message I'm getting from my guides is there's compromise, and not just compromise, but something has been compromised, I think is what they're trying to tell me here. Something's been compromised, so either you have compromised yourself or your security for the way things have sort of unfolded, and the way things, the way things have been going, all right? So maybe that's what you're assessing or you're reassessing. Now, you have Ace of Swords is clarified by Sun, King of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. I love this because now we get into this beautiful 3 weeks here. The rest of the month, really, of February is just really gorgeous energy. This is not to say it's bad energy, but it's just, you're just doing more assessing there. Whereas now we get into the Ace of Swords, and the universe is really saying, I know what I want. This is clarity here, right? I am cutting out any illusions. I don't, the Ace of Swords for me is like, you pull that, like King Arthur, he pulled the sword out of the stone, and he went from being this guy who he thought was a nobody to being this king. He claimed his domain. He became master of his domain. He claimed his crown. And in a nutshell, the guy took command, okay? And he definitely went on to, you know, he certainly had clarity of mind as to this is what his destiny was supposed to be. This is what he's supposed to do, okay? So you might be, as I said, shedding, right? And you're shedding anything out that holds you back from being your authentic self, who you are, what domain you hold, what crown you want to have, okay? What you want to have control over, right? So, you know, this is great because you have the sun clarifying it, which is fabulous energy, right? It's bright, it's sunny, it's positivity. And you have this King of Wands, which I love because the King of Wands for me is the energy of having that 30,000 foot view. It's a very strong leadership energy, and you can only be a really good leader when you're looking at the big picture and you're not in the details and the fine details, right? So I feel like you're with this clarity, you're deciding, you're being able to see the bigger picture with that King of Wands, okay? Beautiful too is this Queen of Pentacles because you're not forgetting the details, okay? So whereas he is the big picture guy, this is like taking care of the little fine details to make sure that everything comes out the way you want it to come out, okay? The Ace of Swords for some of you is also about maybe some of you are having honest conversations when you're getting this clarity. Maybe you're having getting clarity about people or situations. Could be taken in a lot of ways, all right? This is a reading for the collective. So you could be reviewing, you could be assessing your relationships of any and all types. And then we get into another ace, but now we're not just clarity of mind, we have clarity of heart and emotions, right? Because you have this Ace of Cups. And you actually have the Ace of Cups twice. So they're saying this is really, really important, okay, of what you're being clarified or what's being given to you as a message here. And I'm getting from my guides that it's at this point that you really know which people have your back and which people don't. Okay, so that's for some of you. Others for you, you really start to know what it is that's going to make you happy and what it is that isn't. Who's going to make you happy? Who isn't? Who's on your side? Who's going to be profitable? What's profitable for you? What isn't profitable for you from a financial perspective? Who is going to help you to be profitable? Who isn't going to help you to be profitable? Okay, so I feel like you're getting this all kinds of clarity here. And I would say to you that if you're getting this clarity, you should be ready to release those who don't sort of cut it against that clarity, all right? Now, and the reason for that is we need to create space sometimes for the things and the people that really matter in our lives. So you're certainly having a fresh beginning with this Ace of Cups. And definitely some renewed connections, maybe even for some of you, and maybe a deeper love for someone out there. It could be a deeper love for yourself. Definitely everything's going in the right direction with that Six of Swords. You're definitely feeling blessed for some of you with that card. Now, I'm feeling for someone that you're sorting out your money matters because of that King. And you're doing it with somebody that you love because of the fact that you have the Ace of Cups there, all right? Or that it's clarifying that Ace of Cups. And, or somebody that you care about or who has a stake in these money matters. Now, okay, I'll have to say this because there's this message coming in for somebody out there, and I don't know who it's for, so I just got to get it out. There could be a significant new person who could enter your life, so pay attention to any newcomers. This could be a business relationship for somebody, and it could also be a romantic relationship for somebody. I can't really tell that from the messages that I'm getting, but just to sort of keep an eye out to newcomers. So we're going to get into the last thing here, which is your Nine of Cups, clarified by, oh, and then I didn't realize you have the Nine of Cups twice, right? You have the Nine of Cups clarifying the Nine of Cups. I didn't even say that. So you have 2, 2, 2, and 2. And the Star card and the Ace of Swords. So rounding out that last part of the month beautifully. Okay, so releasing what's worth it, getting this new that's worth it. A lot of satisfaction in the Nine of Cups. You have it twice, so you might want to make a wish, because you also have the Star card that's shining down on you. But I'm loving that that Ace of Swords came out again, saying you're ready to claim it now. You're ready to claim your crown, as I said. There is your crown right there, sitting on top of your sword, ready to face any challenges that you need to face, and allowing your heart to open up without actually compromising yourself anymore. So I'd say, like, this is a big satisfaction that comes to you, but it comes to you because you're now truly being yourself. I'm going to pull for you now, Leo, an oracle card from the animal spirits. Can I have a message, please, for Leo? You have the Eagle card, and it says mastery. Let me read it to you. It says, you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Yeah, let go of the past. Let go of all that stuff that I says that doesn't serve you anymore. In that assessment, you get that clarity. You can let it go. All right, that's a great way to end your reading for today, beautiful souls. And I hope something in it resonates. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you here again soon. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.